Welcome to this webinar about how to support schools and colleges in building a network of former students. My name is Sophie Rice and I've been working with the NICO project schools this year to support them in building and then utilising their networks. This short webinar will go over the outreach materials schools can use themselves and then how we use LinkedIn and Twitter to support them in getting more sign-ups. Firstly, we will recap what all schools and colleges will have been sent by their alumni programme officer. Schools tend to be more successful in signing up their former students because ex-students feel more of a personal connection when it comes from them rather than an outside organisation or person. Teaching staff also have more knowledge of the school's history, its levers and their destinations, so they have more of an idea of which outreach materials are more likely to work within the context. In some cases, teaching staff will already have former students that they're still in touch with. This is why we provide a template for our school contacts to send out to all staff or the key members, encouraging them to send them the sign-up link that can be found in their portal, which is the database of alumni. This email just lets them know that the school is working with Future First and why alumni are a rich resource to tap into, as sometimes the word alumni has other connotations. This template is not set in stone, so it can be added to. For example, they might want to add in the contact details of their alumni programme officer. Depending on the area, a lot of parents were students themselves at the school, so a letter telling them about the network can be a good place to start. They could also spread the word to people they may know or older siblings who used to go to the school. As of recently, schools can also sign up a wider network of volunteers. They can now sign up friends or supporters such as ex-staff, parents and local employers to expand their network further. To activate this feature, they can switch it on in the account section of their portal. However, once it is on, it cannot be switched off again. All contacts will have been emailed about this. Some schools like to put something on their school website or include it in their newsletter. Again, we provide a template for this. This is an example of what the Hewitt Academy have put on their website. Other schools like to have an alumni hall of fame on their websites, for instance, showcasing the profiles of some of their former students, and it can be a good idea to mention signing up here too. As alumni programme officers, we often use LinkedIn to search for alumni who went to the schools and colleges we work with. The next couple of slides cover how we search and the type of message we will send. So to find people who went to a specific school, you have to type the word school followed by a colon in the search bar at the top of the LinkedIn page. Follow this with the school or college name in inverted commas. Having a premium account tends to reap better search results, and there's normally always a free month trial, so if you are going to spend some time doing this, then it might be worth getting this for a month. Once you have a LinkedIn member you want to contact about signing up to the network, you can click connect to send them a short message. There are limited characters, so it does have to be quite succinct. This tends to be the message that APOs will send initially. So, hi, whatever their name is, I'm getting in touch on behalf of whichever school you're trying to help, and then we're trying to find former students who would like to volunteer to advise and inspire current students. If you'd like to be involved, please do message me back. Once they connect with you and message back saying they're interested in being involved, we send a longer message including the sign-up link. Twitter is also another means. Again, it's usually better coming from the schools themselves. We do send templates, so this is a really quick thing for contacts. Twitter is very self-explanatory, but the bullet points to the right just highlight some of the tips we have found helpful. For example, asking school staff to retweet from the school account in case ex-students still follow the school. It's also a good idea to keep momentum and keep drip feeding the post so that it builds exposure. And then if the school have had their alumni posters already, it can often be effective to attach these or a photo of the school building, for example. As I just mentioned, alumni programme officers do send templates to school staff so that they're really quick, easy copy and paste jobs. We edit these for each school, making sure it has the correct Twitter handle and sign-up link. Do encourage staff to make use of these or remind them that they have them there. And if you'd like the APOs to send these to you so you can share them, then we'd be more than happy to email them over. Finally, it's worth mentioning that on the digital toolkit, which can be accessed via the portal you now have access to, there is a section dedicated to growing the network of schools, and this is under the Build tab, which is at the top. If you then click on the different groups, so for example here I've clicked on the former students, it will bring up a pop-up of suggestions. The words in blue are then resources to download, things like template comms. So to recap, we have just looked at the outreach materials APO send schools to help them build their networks, things such as a template email, letter to parents, or for the newsletter, for instance. You have seen an example of the types of messages we send on LinkedIn. Again, if you are thinking of doing some outreach via this method, then we'd be more than happy to send you a couple of the templates. And then finally, we've looked at the best ways to use social media. As always, if you have any questions, then please do drop me an email. Thank you for taking the time to listen.